Despite missing those last 8 minutes, Klay Thompson still leads Golden State in scoring with 25 points. Stephen A. Smith across the border. He's working up north. And Stephen A., who's the cavalry in this game? Because, boy, Boogie was great, and Draymond was great, and Quinn Cook was great. I mean, AI, who's your hero here?
Well, to me, the hero is Boogie Cousins. I thought he was the MVP of the game because of the way that he played in the second half. To start after Jordan Bell had started in game one, to come off the bench, Steve Kerr recognizing he needed more size to go up against the Gasols and Ibakas of the world, and for Boogie Cousins to come in and to do what he did in terms of rebounding and assists. I thought he was absolutely sensational in the second half and basically played the role that we're accustomed to seeing Draymond Green plays. He was actually defending very well on pick and roll situations as well. So considering quad injury that he suffered, the way that he was moving in pick and roll situations where people tried to compromise him, he was defending well, he was rebounding well, and he was just throwing exceptional passes all night long. That combined with the whole bench overall. Quinn Cook came off the bench. All 9 of his points on three-pointers, including 2 key three-pointers in the second half. McKinney had a big-time shot as well. You just look at the guys and the way they produced off the bench. You just can't say enough. Steve Kerr pushed the right buttons. These guys, they're reserves. They're guys that weren't stars, stepped up and really balled. And you can't say enough about the way that Draymond Green has been playing. He's been absolutely sensational thus far in these first 2 games, and obviously he was sensational throughout most of these players to begin with.
Steve Kerr had to go 11 deep in this game. The Raptors, they played 8. That said, with these injuries, and you talk about the bench, we move forward. And if you got those kids in the hall limping around, KD and Klay, what's a reasonable expectation for Golden State, even if they get to go home and play on their home court?
That they could be in some trouble because depth does matter. And listen, let's face reality here. If you take Klay out of the mix, then that gives you more of an opportunity to focus on Steph because you're going to dare Draymond and Iguodala and guys like that to beat you from the perimeter. Now, Iguodala reminded us of what I've been saying. He's supposed to be able to hit those open three-point shots because they're giving it to him. That's why he was once the Finals MVP, because they gave him open three-point shots when he went against Cleveland, and he made them. He did the same thing tonight in pivotal moments, particularly in the second half, obviously, so you got to give him all the credit in the world. But with Klay out, he'd have to do that more. Remember, Kevon Looney has got his collarbone injured. That's a problem. Can you trust that Boogie Cousins can give you another 27 minutes after he had only gave you 8 in game 1? These are the kind of things that are question marks. So you don't want to sit up there and say they can't win without a Kevin Durant. But with everybody else hobbling around, you're just one other injury away from everything snowballing if you're not careful. So it would be nice to make sure that those guys can play and that they're ready to go.
They're literally trying to limp to the finish line. Stephen A. Smith, that's his first take before first take. Thank you, brother.
Thanks a lot.